Hey students, so today our topic is cerebrum. So where we can discuss regarding the anatomy, physiology, certain functions, areas of the cerebrum. So as you know, cerebrum it is the part of the brain or front part of the brain. Okay, it is also known as the forebrain. Actually, it is located that is our front of the brain, and cerebrum is consist of various component or various part. That was the cerebral cortex or hemisphere and thalamus, hypothalamus, amygdala, hippocampus. So these all part are forebrain. Okay. Sometimes the forebrain was known as the cerebrum. Okay, it consists of so these part regarding the cerebral cortex or hemisphere. Okay, that cerebral cortex it is the one of the main important place of the brain, so that was control so all your body activities. It is also it can receive the information and integrate that one, and after that the integrated message can reaches to the organ. Okay, so like that, so cerebral cortex it was play an important role in the integration and processing of the various activities including the memory power. And thalamus it is also part of the forebrain. So that thalamus it acts as the relay stations. For example, mobile tower. So mobile tower it do not have any functions, okay, particularly, but so that mobile tower it is helpful for connect me to you and you to me, or it connects between the two mobiles. So we are connected in the same class, so due to only the presence of the mobile towers. Okay, so like that, so different parts of the brain so they are communicated in the unit time and unit directions. So that is the presence of the relay station that was known as the thalamus. So thalamus it's play important relay station, and whatever our IQ or quick answer, so that was mainly depending upon the performance of the thalamus, because cerebral cortex integrate the message so that was reaches to the your medulla oblongata or cerebellum. From that it can reaches to the our tongue, then only we can answer. Okay, so that transmissions that was mainly depending upon the capabilities and the ability of the thalamus. So that's why the thalamus play an important role in the acts as the that is a mobile towers or a tower, or it acts as the create and communications or connections between the different parts of brain and that of the organs. So next one is the part is that was known as the hypothalamus. Okay, it is just below the thalamus, so that's why it was known as the hypothalamus. Okay, it is smaller, even it is smaller than the thalamus, but it having the lot of functions. Okay, because so already you know, so our brain having the master gland that was known as the pituitary gland. So all our gland function, so that was depending upon the master gland or pituitary gland, because pituitary gland secrete the certain hormones. So those hormones is required for the another glands, endocrine gland of our body. So that's why the pituitary gland is known as the master gland. But pituitary gland it is also depending upon someone or some factors. Okay, those are known as the hormone releasing factors or hormone inhibitory factors. So according to these factors only, the pituitary gland or master gland is involved in the secretions and inhibitions of the secretion from their cells. Okay, so that is nothing but hypothalamus. Hypothalamus it can secrete certain factors. So those factors enter in the our pituitary gland. Then only pituitary gland is involved in secreting various hormones, and those hormones can reflect on the various glands of the endocrine glands of the body. Then according to that only those glands can be worked. So that's why the hypothalamus is known as the master of the master. Okay, actually the pituitary gland is not the master, but that is also having one master. So that's why the hypothalamus was known as a master of master, and as well as the hypothalamus it is consist of the autonomic nervous system. So already slightly you know regarding the autonomic nervous system. So our organ that is mainly depending upon the both system. Okay, sympathetic and parasympathetic. For example, once again, that is from the blood pressure or heart rate. Okay, so sympathetic increase the blood pressure and heart rate. Okay, if it is more than normal, then parasympathetic nervous system decrease the heart rate and as well as the blood pressure. So like, and both system parasympathomimetic and sympathomimetic, the both systems are the part of the autonomic nervous system. And autonomic nervous system, it was act, it was involved in the function by gathering the information from the, or waiting for the information from the hypothalamus. So that's why hypothalamus, it is an important part of the brain or forebrain. It was involved in the regulations of the all body organ function with the help of the autonomic nervous system. So next one is the amygdala. Okay, so amygdala, it is also part of the cerebrum or forebrain. Okay, so that amygdala, it was play important role in the working memory, or it was involved in the long term memory. Okay, so whatever our memory is there, we can recall. So our event from the birth even in the present. So now you are in the family first year, still you can recall certain event from your birth or when you are in the first class. Okay, when you are in the first class, from that also you can recall. So that recall was depending upon the amygdala. So if the amygdala having any problem, then where you can fail to recall the past event. So that person was known as the short memory loss person, simply. So that is the any injuries or myocardial either infractions or clotting in the amygdala, so that can reflect on our long term memory or working and processing memory. So next one is the part is the hippocampus. So hippocampus, it is also play an important role in the to regulations of the memory power. So that's what today we discuss regarding the cerebrum. So among them we can discuss regarding the cerebral cortex. Once again, some book they are mentioned. Cerebrum is the part of brain consists of the various part. Among them, the cerebral cortex is the one of the part of the forebrain or cerebrum. So that's why the cerebrum is also known as a forebrain. Okay, so cerebrum, it is the largest and principal parts of the human brain. So it is mainly located anterior part of the skull. Okay, so exact the locations of cerebrum or forebrain, it is anterior or front part of the brain. So for example, so simply you can think regarding, if any time if you are taking a judgment, okay, any in certain conditions where you want to take the decisions or judgment, so you can think which part is more active. So automatically your front of your part, your front of your skull is more active. You're conscious. Your head is always conscious regarding the find out the judgment of what will be happens in the front of the our eyes. So that was also note down. So that is the front part. That is the actually the locations of the cerebrum. So that's why the cerebrum is known as the seat of intelligence. So whatever the intelligence are there yours, whatever your special skills are there compared to other people, so that was mainly depending upon the forebrain or cerebrums. Okay, if you having the correct functions of brain and your brain got good glucose and good oxygen supply or nutrition supply, then only it was involved in the to regulations of the all the body functions whatever are there. So that all are depending upon the conditions of the forebrain or cerebrum, because it is the seat of intelligence. Okay, for example, if you have any problem in your home, okay, so on that day you are not constant, or in your life any problem is there, so on that day particularly you are not concentrate on your regular activities, because so that part, that is especially the forebrain, so that is thinking about the problem, why it is happens, what can I do. Okay, so like that it was concentrated in the work only, but in the present era, in present activities, it is failed to concentrate. Okay, so that's why you should be learn to control the your forebrain or cerebrum. If you having the controlling capacity, okay, so then only you become one of the ideal person in the world. So everyone person they having their own problems, but problem cannot eat our brain. We can eat the problems then find the solutions, but problem cannot eat our brain. If the problem eat our brain means all our performance, our activities or our life, even that was the destroy. So that my suggestion is you should be eat the problem, but problem cannot be eat your brain or your life. So like that you develop your own brains. Like that if any creating problems means it's okay, either king like that na, we will be find the solutions. Okay, so then work out on that, according to that you can work or avoid the problems, or you can talk to them, or anyone that is really your friend is there, or your parents is there. If they are shouting to you means you can neglect, because that candidate having any problem in their life, we are irritating to them any type of. So that's why he can shouting to us. Okay, so on that time, so don't take the revenge. Okay, you don't take revenge if they are our parents, because so we are start to neglect our parents, or if shouting the our mother means also we can neglect to her. Even our friend is shouting us means we are start to neglect that particular our friend, but we are not thinking about that candidate's life, what will be the happens. Okay, if you unnecessarily, okay, regularly he is happy with you, he always respond to you, okay, always talk to with you or smile with you. If any time if he shouting to you or you on you means you think about that, so that your friend or your family member having any problems, so then 5 minutes you can silent. So after 5 minutes you ask to them, so what you having the problems. Okay, simply ask to them. So what is your problems? Why your behavior was changes? Okay, क्यों चेंज हुआ है? Okay, मदर शॉट किया तो पूछना चाहिए क्या हुआ आज? क्या प्रॉब्लम है? So then mother or our parents or a friend thinking someone with us, कोई ना कोई मेरे साथ है. Okay, so that's why he can feel free, he can talk to you. So like that will be happening in my life. So what can I do? So my family peoples are doing like that, or your mother told to like your sister your brother is not ready to study, or your father is like doing like that, like they will be told to, or your if you asking your father means the father is told like in office like that they are doing, so then you can encourage your father. Okay, so boost that particular member they are in the problems. So that's why the that is the only when possible, these all the helping nature. So when you are the stable, so when you are your cerebrum or forebrain will be the work very well, because it is one of the type of intelligence you can neglect that, you can nourish that part always. You got the healthy nutrition, glucose, oxygen, so then only the idea was generated in your brain, then only you can insist to them. Okay, so regarding the cerebrum, so that is the forebrain. It is consist of mainly parts already discussed regarding the cerebrum or cerebral cortex or hemisphere, thalamus, hypothalamus, amygdala, hippocampus. So as the cerebral cortex, it is the involved in the integrations and collections of the message. Thalamus, it is acts as a relay station. Hypothalamus control all organ functions with the help of the pituitary gland or ANS, amygdala and hippocampus. So they are involved in the to regulations of memory, or many other functions are there regarding the motor skill, learning skill, whatever are there. But main function is there. So they are involved in the to regulate the processing and working memory regarding amygdala and as well as the hippocampus. So dear students, here the cerebrum, that is cerebrum. It is mainly consist of the two symmetrical hemisphere. Okay, so it is actually our cerebrum. It is made up of the two symmetrical hemisphere. So those both hemisphere, nothing but they are the two part. Okay, so they are mainly separated by the phalanx cerebri. Okay, so this cavity, so this layer, it can separate the symmetrical hemisphere as well as the right hemisphere. Okay, symmetric hemisphere, but both hemisphere, so they are joined by a pulley like one band. Because small band is there, so that band, okay, the pulling nothing but small droplets. Okay, so that was known as a pulley. Okay, there is small droplets, so they are floating on the fluid especially. Okay, so those are pulley, so those like that one band is there, so that band can hold the both hemisphere, so those are known as the corpus callosums. So corpus callosums, so these are helpful for to hold the left hemisphere, so that of with the right hemisphere. So dear students, so left hemisphere, it was play an important role in the our major function. We are not discussing all functions, only the major functions. So that was only regulated by left hemisphere is the language functions. So like read, write, and speech. So these all read motor skills regarding the reading, writing, and speech or language functions. So those are regulated by the left hemisphere. Okay, so they are mainly regulated by the left hemisphere regarding reading, writing, and speech. So the other functions are also there, and but right hemisphere, it is mainly regulate the artistics activities, then also distance judging capacity or power, then as well as the to determine the they are that part was helpful for to determine the directions, and also helpful for to recognize the tone. Okay, so these are the major function that only regulated by the right hemisphere regarding the all artistic property, singing, dancing. See there, certain mimicries are there, certain voice mimicries are there, or acting mimicries are there. So that is dancing or musicians, that are instrumentations. So these all are artistic activities are there now. So they are regulated by the right hemisphere, and also certain peoples are exactly so they can monitor the distance, can judge like that. This in the front image, if any see the means, so that is a highway like that. The distance judging is also one of the major functions of the right hemisphere. Even they are that part is also helpful for to determine the directions, and also to recognize the what is the tune. So when you're hearing the tune, easily you can recognize who is calling to you, okay, or who is on the phones, or who is the tune is there. Okay, when you're hearing, so that recognitions of tune is was regulated by the right hemisphere. So one logic is there. So in the brain, so the left hemisphere control the functions of the right part of the body. Okay, so left hemisphere, it control the right part, and right hemisphere it can control the left part, that is the opposite directions. Okay, and also another funda is there. So those are right persons. Okay, so the left hemisphere is more active. Okay, so those are right handed students are there, or persons are there, or human beings are there. So the left hemisphere is more dominant. Okay, so those person, so they are powerful with the right hand. Okay, so those person always their language skill will be the more, and opposite another one is there. So those are left handed persons are there. Okay, so their right hemisphere is the more dominant. Okay, so that's why, so those are left handed persons are there in your classmates, friends are there, so they always artistics, definitely. So they can recognize the your voice in the telephones anyone's, or they can do the extracurricular activities. So those are left handed persons. So that's why, so those are left handed persons are there. So their right part is more active, or right hemisphere is more active. So due to that, they are the special singer, they are the artistics. So they are easily judge the distance and directions, as well as so they are easily recognize the tune, and those are right handed persons are there. So their left hemisphere is more active. Okay, so like that, so they are become the intelligence regarding the language functions, and many R functions are there, so they can regulate the both left as well as the right, but the dominancy in this area, so that was depending upon the our handing skill is also is there. Okay, structurally the cerebrum, it is the composed of outer layer that was known as the gray matter and as well as the white matters. So the cerebrum, it mainly consists of the two layer. Okay, in the both right hemisphere as well as the left hemisphere. So that was structurally, it was composed of a two layer. So the outer layer, so that was known as the gray matter, or it was also known as the cerebral cortex, and regarding the centrally located, so that part was known as the white matter. So dear students, so white matter, it is only consist of the axon, it is only consist of the dendrites, and axon and dendrites, these are the part of the neuron, and brain, it is the set of the neurons, and brain function was mainly depending upon the neurons. So what neurons they do, so that was the brain's functions are there. Okay, and our body function, so that was also depending upon the message, so that came from the neurons, and the neurons, so they are frequently available in the all part of the brain. So regarding in the that is hemisphere or cerebrum, so that is the outer layer that was known as the gray matter or cerebral cortex, then central located that was known as the white matter, and the gray matter, it consists of the masses of cell body. So already you learned regarding the nucleus, that is the body, that is cell bodies, so that is the nucleus, and this is the axon. Okay, centroterminal, and these are the dendrites. Okay, so this nucleus or cell body, so that was present in the gray matter, it means the cerebral cortex. So nucleus is only one a part of the neuron is there, so that was involved in the integrations of the message, means what is stimuli, so they can came from the organs, especially sensory organs. Okay, so that stimuli was integrated, for example, so in front of anyone you can stand, okay, after long period. Okay, some activities will be working in your backside, in the temporal lobe and occipital lobe. Okay, so load will be created in occipital in the backside of your head or skull. So who is there, who is there, who is there, suddenly after some time you can got the answer, hey, he is my childhood friend, or he is my uncle, long distance uncle, or mother's long distance uncle. So like that you can recall the that persons. Okay, so with the help of the occipital lobe, with the help of the temporal lobe, that is also integrated, like that message was integrated in the nucleus. Okay, so that is nucleus. So that message can reaches to the organ, that is your tongue, to say hello uncle, how are you, you can ask, or your other part of brain to recognize, so he is my uncle, he is my uncle. So like that, so that was transmitted, so with the help of the axon or dendrites. Okay, and here, so this body is present in the gray matter, and gray matter is also known as the cerebral cortex. And regarding dendrites, so they receive the message from the stimulatory organs or from the other parts of the brain, as well as they supply the motor information with the help of the agnes that was also inverted into the different part of the brain and as well as different organ. So these axon and dendrites, so they are present in the white matter. So that's why, so among the gray matter and white matter, so the gray matter is most important part of the brain, that is the cerebral cortex. Okay, because it consists of nucleus, and nucleus is only one is there, so that was the integrated or process the all the sensory information and send the motor information. So that's why the gray matter, it is one of the important layer or part of the brain, or it is a cerebral cortex, so that was involved in the integrations as well as the processing of the memory. So regarding the white matter, so they are sent to the different organ or receive the stimulatory information and sent to the gray matters or nerve cells bodies. So like that, so our neuron its body is present in the gray matter, that is the part of cerebral cortex, and remaining the dendrites or axons are present in the white matter. Okay, so like that, the white matter is inverted in the different organs. There are different parts of the brains. Okay, so here the cerebral hemisphere. So once again, so they are further subdivided into five lobes according to their locations. Okay, with respect to the bones of the skull. So these cerebral hemisphere, so they are mainly divided into five lobes. That is the frontal lobe. As the name indicates, it is present just behind the frontal bone. Then parietal lobe, the brain part or hemisphere part, back, that side of the parietal bone, that part is known as the parietal lobe. Then temporal lobe. So what is the locations of temporal bone? So that side where that is the part of the brain or hemisphere that was known as the temporal lobe. Occipital lobe, it is also the locations of the just behind the occipital bone, that is the locations of the occipital lobe. And the another lobe is known as the insular. So this insular lobe is mainly present inside the frontal, parietal and temporal lobe. Okay, inside these lobes, so another part is present, so that was known as the insular. So regarding the important functions of forebrain, it can integrate or consolidate the neural information and initiate the coordinations and motor activity. So these are the main functions of the cerebrum. So now we learn regarding the different lobes of the cerebral hemisphere. The first one is the frontal lobe. Okay, so as the name indicates, the frontal lobe, it is the most anterior part of the brain or part of the semi cerebral hemisphere. Okay, it is the most anterior or most front part of the brain or most front part of the cerebral hemisphere. So that part was known as the frontal lobe. So as the name indicates, it is just behind the frontal bone. So that part was known as the frontal lobe. And here the frontal lobe posteriorly, it is separated from the parietal lobe by a central sulcus, okay, of Ronald, also known as the Ronaldo. It was separated parietal lobe, so that was with the frontal lobes, and like a lateral sulcus, it can separate the parental lobe, so that of with the temporal lobe. So like that, our frontal lobe is separated from the parietal lobe with the help of the central sulcus, and with the help from the temporal lobe by a lateral sulcus. So like that, the frontal lobe is just present in the anterior parts of our brain and just behind side to the parietal lobe posteriorly, and anteriorly, that is it is inferiorly, it is separated from the temporal lobes. And regarding the areas, so the frontal lobes, it mainly consists of the certain areas. Area nothing but certain group of neurons. So they're joined together, they form one area. And those neurons only they perform unique functions. All neurons functions only one unique functions. So that's why those are known as the areas. Okay. So the frontal lobe, it is consist of group of neurons in particular area. So those are known as the motor areas, premotor areas, prefrontal areas, and Broca's motor speech areas. So regarding the motor areas, it was involved in the regulations of the voluntary movement. So whatever walking is there, okay, running capacity is there, okay, so sitting capacity is there, what are the voluntary movements are there of the bodies, so all are regulated by the motor areas of the frontal lobe. So when you see the dog, automatically without your knowledge, your leg will be run. Okay, how it is possible? That is the role of the frontal lobes or motor areas. Okay, then premotor area, it can regulate the sequence of the movements for learned skills. So whatever learned skills are there, so the sequence is can regulated for regarding the dancing. First step is like that, second step is like that, third step is like that. So that all sequence was regulated coordinations with the motor area. So that is the functions of the premotor area. So regarding the prefrontal area, so it is regulate the aspects of the all social behavior. So what are all social behaviors are there? So they are regulated by the prefrontal area. The Broca's motor area, speech area, it is mainly regulated the movements involved in the speech. Certain movements are there, or hand movements, eyebrow movements, facial movements are there. So during the speech is there. So those are regulated by the Broca's motor speech. So like that, this frontal lobe, it is involved in the regulations of problem solving, memory, language, motivation, judgment, impulse control, social and sexual behavior. So these all are regulated by the frontal lobes. So next one is the parietal lobe. So this parietal lobe is present between the frontal and occipital lobe. It was separated by the central and parieto-occipital sulci respectively. So central sulci, so it was separated from the frontal lobe, that of the parietal lobes, and the parieto-occipital lobe sulci, it was separated the parietal lobe from the occipital lobe. It is also consist of the areas like general sensory area. So it is involved in the to interpret the certain senses or conscious on the muscles. Then taste area, it was helpful for the detections of the taste or sense of taste. Speech area, it is especially dominantly present in the left hemisphere. It was involved in the generations of thoughts before the speech. Some thoughts in our brain was generated. So like that, you are not going to still you are not going to the Mumbai, I think, but a feeling. So Mumbai, when you talk with your parents, Mama, Mumbai is like that. Papa, Mumbai is like that. We are having the like that. We can even certain thoughts your brain was generated. So that was the functions of the speech area of the parietal. So regarding the temporal lobe, it is present just below the frontal and parietal lobe. So those are separated by a lateral sulcus. It is also consist of the areas like auditory areas. So this is involved in the hearing and interpretations of the sound. Then as well as consist of the olfactory area. It can involved in the to feel the sense of smell and interpret what is that smell. That is also the functions of the temporal lobe. And speech area, it once again it is also involved in the to generate the thoughts before the speech. So like that, the temporal lobes, it was mainly involved in the regulations of hearing and detections of the sound and interpretations, and feeling of the smell and interpretation what is the smell. And also it can generate thoughts before the speech. These are the important functions of the temporal lobe. So this is the locations of the temporal lobe. You can see the image. So next one, the part of cerebral hemisphere that is known as the occipital lobe. As the name indicates, it was play an important role in the regulations of the visions. Okay, it is mainly involved in the regulations of the vision. So occipital lobe, it is mainly present in the most posterior of the part. Okay, brain part, it is the uh, just behind part of the brain that was known as the occipital lobe, or behind most posterior portion of the cerebrum. Okay, it is mainly involved in the to regulate the visual stimuli. So occipital lobe, it was separated from the parietal lobe as well as the temporal lobe by a parieto-occipital sulcus and pre-occipital notch respectively. It is also consist of the areas for vision and also interpretations of the areas for spatial relationships. So whatever the front image are there, so what is their rule is there in our life, so that they can get interpreted. Okay, so where they are the mother or father or uncle, why it is the classroom or it is the lab, what is that? So that is all the interpretation of the vision. That is the functions of the occipital lobes. And also it can involved in the regulations of the usual memory. Okay, we can remember certain events in the form of the image. Even in the 10th, you can sorry, in the 12th, you can study the prepare the NEET on the basis of the flow charts. That is the usual memory, easily we can remember. So that flow chart memory was restored or regulated. That is the work of the occipital lobe. So next part of the cerebral hemisphere, so that was known as the insula. So insula, also known as the insular lobe, which is present in the beneath of the frontal lobe, parietal lobes, and as well as the temporal lobe. So this lobe, it was involved in the regulations of taste, visceral pain, as well as the vestibular functions. Okay, vestibular function nothing but once again that is the hearing. Okay, hearing is the one of the major functions of the vestibular. Okay, so where some changes is occurs, sound is converted into waves, then waves can send to the brain, then brain detect the sound and he told that this is the music from that, like that. So that is all the vestibular function. So that was regulated by the beneath parts of the, that is temporal lobe, parietal lobe, frontal lobe, or simply insula or insular lobe. So these are the various functions of various lobes of the cerebral hemisphere. So next one, so regarding the sensory and motor areas of the cerebrum, so that was covered in the next class. We having the short of time, and next there is sir is having the class. Okay, so in the next class we will be discussions regarding the sensory motor area, the cerebrum and remaining parts of the brain. And here